What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are once again back here with another off-season rebuild, as we did have a team eliminated last night from the playoffs. That, of course, is the Miami Heat. It was unfortunately inevitable that the Heat would get eliminated in round one. They did not have Jimmy Butler for this series. It would have been definitely interesting to see how many games this could have gone if Jimmy was healthy, but unfortunately, we'll never know. At least you got one game without Jimmy, but let's go ahead, jump in. Let's talk about what the Heat might do this offseason and what they should do and what I might do. Let's jump in and do this Miami Heat offseason rebuild. Before we get in today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We've been doing offseason rebuilds as teams have been eliminated. And then we have the draft lottery on the 12th. So once those happen, we'll do some draft lottery rebuilds. There's a ton of content coming your way, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. But here's how the updated playoff bracket is looking. So far you have 4 teams that are qualified into the second round, and we have 4 series. Is that 4? Yeah, 4 series that are going to a game 6. So that's pretty awesome. Clippers, Dallas absolutely blew the Clippers out last night, pretty much. Cavs got a huge win in Cleveland for that game 5 victory. And then they got Milwaukee and Indiana. You know, if Giannis or Dame play tonight, becomes interesting, but it sounds like they're both doubtful, so that kind of sucks. Man, I really hope they play, but I doubt they will. And then you got Knicks and 76ers, which that series has just been absolutely crazy. But, of course, the Miami Heat, the team we're talking about today. Let's go ahead and see who goes all the way and wins the championship according to where the bracket's at now. So you have the Knicks and the Nuggets in the finals. And the Nuggets go on to win their second championship in a row. Shout out to Jokic. All right, let's get to work here. So LeBron James are trying to retire. Kyle Lowry's trying to retire. So all kinds of players here are trying to retire here. But I know LeBron James isn't. Well, yeah, I don't think LeBron James is retiring. But let's go straight to the lottery. And let's figure out what we're going to do here. So on lottery day, I don't think we're going to have a lottery pick. Obviously, we're just in the playoffs. So, yeah, I know we're not going to have a lottery pick. We're rebuilding a playoff team today. So, no, we do not have a lottery pick. Okay, so let's go ahead and see where our pick ends up. Or do we have our pick this year? I don't remember if the... Okay, so we have 15th overall. So, it looks like we do. Grizzlies get 1, which would be absolutely huge for them, obviously. Coming off a season where they just weren't healthy whatsoever. And to get number 1 overall would be absolutely crazy. Pistons 2. Blazers number 3, Wizards, Hornets, and we got 15. All right, so let's go straight to staff signings. So, of course, you're not firing Eric Spoelstra. That makes no sense. Unfortunately, like I said, it would have been interesting to see how many games this could have gone. Could the Heat have done what they did last year to Boston? I don't know if I'd go that far, but it definitely would have been interesting to see how far it could have gone with a healthy Jimmy. Now, there's 1 or 2 things that Miami Heat might do this offseason, in my opinion. The big one is trading for Donovan Mitchell. I think that's the guy to look for Miami. Is trying to get Donovan Mitchell. I think there could be a trade package that makes sense to do that. So I might try to do that today. Another thing that Miami Heat should do is probably just go after some size. They really haven't had a power forward in quite some time. Now, like, you could actually, like, I know Caleb Martin's been playing there, and you have Kevin Love there at times or whatever, but you don't really have a traditional power forward in Miami, in my personal opinion. Jaime Jaquez showed a lot of flashes his rookie season, so you're very happy with how he looked his rookie year, and he's going to be a role player here for a long time. Today's video is brought to you by DGS Optimizer. If you're playing on apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any other DFS app, having a tool like this is so close to finding good plays right in front of you without having to do any research whatsoever. For example, just loaded up the Optimizer, and we got Edward, I don't know how to say his last name, but Cabrera, over 6.5 strikeouts. As you can see, every single book is heavily favoring the over. You even have one of the sharper books in the world at minus 160 odds. This is easily a play I would plug and play, put it in the slip, whatever I got to play, you know, pair it with the promo, whatever it needs to be. This is easily a play I would play. Can we find a basketball example on the board at the moment? We have Tobias Harris over blocks, only 4 data points though. I'm trying to see. So Hartenstein under 7.5 rebounds. Every single book's favoring the under on Hartenstein's rebounds, so that's another play I would plug and play. So just like that, I found these 2 plays right in front of me without having to do any research whatsoever. If you want to have a tool like this that makes your profitable sports better, my results are as shown. This is what has happened ever since I've started using this tool. Make sure you check it out. Links in the description below. Use code Crushables, 25% off your first month. And of course, I use it on apps such as PrizePicks, which I'm also partnered with. So PrizePicks is a DFS app that allows you to choose between 2 to 6 players. 2 players being 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. They have all kinds of sports outside of just basketball. It's not only just limited to basketball. They got esports. They have tennis on here. They got boxing, MMA, like all kinds of options to choose from. So if you want to go ahead and check out PrizePicks, use code Crushables and match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. For example, if you think Josh Hart's going over 14.5 points, if you think Batum is going under 4.5 rebounds, whatever you want to do, like I said, you could even pair it with a hockey play if you really wanted to. If you think Tyler is going over 2.5 shots on goal, you could do that. The possibilities are endless over here on PrizePicks. Make sure to check out both these tools, or check out PrizePicks and DGF Both links are down in the description below. Like I said, use code Crushables, 25% off first month on DGF, and then Prize Picks offers your first or matches your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. But yeah, so basically, I'm pretty much either going to be trading for Donovan Mitchell, or we're going to try to get a traditional power forward here in Miami, because that is something this team has needed. So right now, Terry Rozier also was not healthy for the playoffs at all either, so that kind of sucked. Tyler Hero, Doug Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Jaime Jaquez, Caleb Martin, Nikola Jovic. I mean, yeah, Nikola Jovic, I guess I shouldn't disregard Jovic. He's pretty much traditional power forward. So yeah, but I think I'd want someone better than him. But although he did play decent when he was called upon. So let's get straight to draft night. We are going to draft with that 15th overall pick to start things. I'm assuming if I try to trade for Donovan Mitchell right now, the Cavs are going to say no, because they are buying. So Mitchell isn't untouchable by any means. So I can try for this, because like I said, this would be the star trade that I can see Miami doing, is trying to get Donovan Mitchell. Because like obviously the two teams that have been most connected to Donovan Mitchell are like the Knicks and the Lakers. The Knicks, of course, have been the favorite. He was supposed to go there, and his heart is set on New York. But I do wonder if Miami would be interesting to him at all. I know Miami is a great place for players who want to go. So, of course, I think Hero would have to be involved in this trade. I think it would make sense for Cleveland to want Hero. He would definitely be maybe a good backcourt partner with Garland. So Hero will start this trade off. Nikola Jovic isn't under contract anymore. Jaime Jaquez, I would hate to throw him in here. But I think if you're going to get Donovan Mitchell, you'd have to. So I don't know, because I know Jaime Jaquez develops like crazy. So yeah, I mean, I don't think we get Donovan Mitchell without throwing Jaime Jaquez in here. And I don't really want to do that. So you know what? I'm not trading for Donovan Mitchell, because I want to keep Jaime Jaquez. And I know how much he develops later on. So we're going to keep him. I think we're better off just trying to find a power forward rather than just going for the star player. So we have Jacoby Walter. We have, I don't know how to say his name, but you guys know who it is. Dalton Connect, Keelan Ware, Juan Nunez, Tristan De Silva. So there are definitely some good options here. I kind of like the idea of Jacoby Walter, though. I mean, like, you really can't go wrong here. Dropping all the way here. I got him in the Lakers video, but getting him in this Miami video does not hurt my feelings either. So I'm going to go ahead and take Jacoby Walter here. I think that was the best player we could have taken there. We have an early second-round pick. I'll just take this big man out of Baylor, and we'll call it a day. So just like that, we come out of the draft with not bad. Wow, I didn't know he'd be a 75 overall, so that's actually really good. Player options, we got Kevin Love declining. Caleb Martin accepts his. Version declines. Nikola Jovic accepting. And then Thomas Bryant declines. Okay. Qualifying offers, Haywood Highsmith. I definitely wouldn't mind bringing him back. And then let's go see what our ability is in free agency. So now it's not there. So yeah, we can sound like Covington, but he's not really going to solve anything here. So let's take a look at what we got going on. So now we have Rozier, Hero, Doug Robinson, Jacoby Walter, Jimmy Butler, Jaime Jaquez, Caleb Martin, Nikola Jovic, and then Bam Adebayo. And now we just got Mystery, who could actually low-key play some backup center this year for us. I would not mind. But as I mentioned already, I am going to try to trade for a power forward. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off, but I'm going to try. So Caleb Martin, if your contracts to be included or whatever, Robinson's salary, whatever we got to do to try to get a power forward in here that I like starting over Nikola Jovic, that's where I want to go with this. So there is a few options that I like here as far as looking for a forward to plug and play next to Jimmy and Bam Adebayo. But the two guys I've kind of leaned on are like this. So it's basically between Deni Avdija is definitely interesting as well, but Kyle Kuzma popped up. Kyle Kuzma is definitely an interesting option, so I'm going to keep him on the target list. I do like the idea also of Cameron Johnson. I think he'd be an incredible fit in Miami next to Jimmy. And, obviously, Bam, you give someone who can space the floor like crazy. Love the idea of Cameron Johnson as well. So for me, it's between Kuzma and Cameron Johnson. And I do like the idea of Cameron Johnson. I don't think he'd cost as much to get. Brooklyn should be trying to rebuild in a way. Now, obviously, Brooklyn doesn't have their draft picks, but still, man, they're still in such a tough spot. I don't know what they do, but I'm going to try to get Cameron Johnson here. So Doug Robinson's salary almost, gets us there, and it, is enough, which is fine. So I'm going to try to include probably none of my players. So I would throw Orlando Robinson in here. That's fine. I don't have a first to trade, so I don't know if I'll be able to pull anything off. Wow. They accepted that? That was actually kind of insane. How on earth did they accept that? I did not expect them to say yes to that. I gave up nothing. That was insane. Why did they say yes to that? I gave up Duncan Robinson, and a second-round pick for Cameron Johnson? That was highway robbery. That wasn't even a realistic trade at all. But they just accepted that. No problem. Okay. Very interesting. Was not expecting them to just be like, okay, we'll do this trade. Why not? I guess if they just wanted off Cameron Johnson's contract, maybe, which doesn't make any sense because Cameron Johnson's not like a bad contract, but whatever. I guess I'll live with it. That trade was terrible. I'm not going to lie, but I did not expect them to accept that right away. Well, hey, we get Cameron Johnson. So I think Cameron Johnson is going to be an incredible fit here in Miami, which is awesome. So I love that for us. Caleb Martin, I would not mind trading for a better backup center either. Maybe using Caleb Martin's salary to do that. Because Mystery, of course, I love the addition of him, and he'll be really good next year, but I don't know if I can count on him this year. As far as what else we need in free agency, Josh Richardson, we could bring him back. We have Kevin Love, who we could bring back as well. I probably will just bring back Josh Richardson. You can move him around if you need to. And we also have him on some extra money, so maybe we could use it later on. So we're going to go ahead and sign Josh Richardson back. Haywood Highsmith should also be back, I believe, if we go to bird rights. Yeah, so we can re-sign him to a deal as well. So that's just going to give us a little bit more money to make a trade potentially. So that's nice to have. And then Kevin Love, we could re-sign as well for some more salary if we really wanted to, which I might do. So let's go ahead and do that. So Kevin Love, I'm going to re-sign to a 2-year deal as well. Actually, let's give him a 1-year deal. Let's decline that, and let's give him I didn't mean to renounce his rights. Okay, it's not that big of a deal if we lose him, to be honest. But can I get him back? Yeah, I can. So I'm going to give him a 1-year deal, not a 2-year deal. A 1-year deal on Kevin Love. Probably use that salary at the deadline potentially. And that will be our offseason. So not too shabby. Again, I don't understand why the Nets accepted that right away. That was such a terrible trade. But Jaime Jaquez is up, which is nice. Jimmy Butler and Bam are down, which sucks. Cameron Johnson stayed the same. Nikola Jovic is up to 77, so that's all really good to see. Kevin Love is down. Mystery is the same. Obviously, you just drafted him, so he's not going to develop. But let's go straight into next season. So I love the addition of Cameron Johnson for us. Bringing him in, I think, makes a ton of sense for this team. And then we can kind of see what we're going to do at the deadline. Because I think Mystery is going to play some backup 5 for us now. But at the deadline, my target is to get a good backup center, probably. Unless if I do it right now, which I guess I technically could. But I think I already skipped past advancing next season, so it may not let me. But let's go ahead and see. Let's load a draft class really quickly. And then let's see if I can stop from going into next season. Can I stop it? Boom. All right, we're good. All right. So I'm actually going to try to trade for that backup center right now. Let's not waste any time. We only got a little amount of time left with Jimmy Butler. He's 34 years old. So let's try to give ourselves the best possible roster to be a playoff team right away. We're going to see if Washington would give me Marvin Bagley. I don't know if they're going to, but I'm going to try. So I would include Caleb Martin in this trade just because I really have nothing else to give. And Kevin Love. And then I have no other picks to trade. So, low-key, this makes no sense for Washington to do. So we'll just wait till the deadline. Maybe we'll have a pick to trade the deadline or something. So we have to cut one player, unfortunately. That will be Cole Swider. So I was going to trade for Bagley, but that trade would literally make no sense for Washington to want to do. Why would they want Caleb Martin and freaking Kevin Love right now? Okay, so we could be either a pace and space team or a balanced roster. So either way, it does not matter. But I really love this rotation. So it's Rozier, Hero, Jimmy Butler, Cameron Johnson, Bam Adebayo, Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Jacoby Walter, and Kevin Love. So that looks really good. I actually really like that a lot. So I'm going to send Mystery down the G League because he will be our backup 5 next year more than likely as long as he develops nicely. But again, I still don't want to waste any time. If I can get a backup center at the deadline, that is definitely what I'm going to do. But right now, Kevin Love's getting those minutes at the backup 5 spot, which is totally fine in my opinion because we don't really have any other options at this moment. But I will try to improve that spot at the deadline. But like I said, love the addition of Cameron Johnson. Hopefully 2K agrees with that. And let's go ahead and see if we can get a upgrade at the deadline to further strengthen this roster for a deep playoff run. We are stopped at the trade deadline as promised, and this season is going very, very well. I don't know if it was the Cameron Johnson trade or what it is, but this team is doing fantastic at the moment. But I still want to upgrade my backup center position because I want to strengthen that spot really badly for this playoff run because I don't feel like we can go in just expecting Kevin Love to be our backup 5. I think that's a recipe for disaster. If we take a look at some of our options here, we have like Bobby Portis, we have like Capella, Turner, but those guys are going to be a little more expensive to get to. Wendell Carter could be gettable, I think, especially someone who can space the floor off the bench a little bit. Probably wouldn't be too bad to try. So I'm going to try it for Wendell Carter really quickly. Do I have any picks to trade now? So I do have a first round pick I can trade at this moment. So let's go ahead and see if I can find a way to make this happen. So we are going to include Kevin Love's salary, as I mentioned. That's why we gave him a 1-year deal, and Caleb Martin's salary. So this should get us there. It does. So Kevin Love and Caleb Martin and my 2029 first round pick for Wendell Carter. I'm all in for it. Let's see what they say. They don't agree. So that's my best offer. I could also throw a second at them, I guess, as well. I don't know if that would change their mind, and it does. We get Wendell Carter at the trade deadline to get ourselves a legitimate backup 5, which I absolutely love. So Orlando gains a first round pick. We get a backup 5, which just strengthens our rotation. Jacoby Walter's now the 9th man off the bench. This is looking incredible. So I absolutely love how this roster is doing right now. hopefully we can keep it up. They are benching Cameron Johnson for Nikola Jovic. So, or yeah, Nikola Jovic. So maybe I didn't need. Maybe I should have just kept Nikola Jovic. But I am going to go ahead and continue to start Cameron Johnson because I gave up a lot for him. Just kidding. I gave up like nothing. But still, I'm going to go ahead, run it like this, and let's see how the rest of the season goes. Hopefully, when the Carter coming over, this team continues to dominate. So Luka Doncic wins MVP. Nikola is Rookie of the Year on the 76ers. I probably should have fixed that. They probably should not have had that pick. I just wasn't paying attention. Sixth man goes to John Collins, Wemby Defensive Player. Wise and Most Improved, Devin Booker Clutch Player, and Quinn Snyder's your Coach of the Year, and John Murphy's your Executive. So here's your NBA first team. You got Luka, Jokic, Shea, Giannis, Wembanyama. I doubt we get Jimmy Butler on one of these teams, but it'd be awesome if we did. Unfortunately, we do not. Does Bam make an all-defensive team? He does not. Ben Simmons does, though, which is interesting. But we are the second seed in the East, so it looks like our first seed got taken by the Atlanta Hawks of all teams, but let's go take a look at the player stats. So you had 23 from Hero, who led the way. So Jimmy Butler actually took a back seat to the rest of the roster, which isn't that terrible of a thing. Cameron Johnson averaged 12 while shooting 44% from 3, which is beautiful. Hero 47%. So Hero is right now like the lead dog here, I guess. Rozier with 18.5. I did extend Bam Adebayo. He was willing to sign an extension, so I went ahead and did so. So now we signed him through his 31-year-old season through 2028. So I'm happy to have him continuing going forward. So hopefully, oh wow, we get Boston. So Boston in round 1. Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this one because they could beat us. Hopefully they don't, but anything is possible here. Boston's not the team I would have wanted to draw in round 1. But here we go. This time we're the team with home playoff advantage. So let's go ahead and see what happens. And we got eliminated in 7. We went down 3-0 and then won 3 straight and then get bounced in 7. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. So, of course, we draw Boston in round 1. That was like the worst possible team you could have asked for. Cleveland and OKC. OKC comes back. I think they were down 3-1 or something. They just won a championship there. LeBron James retiring this time around. Let's go straight to the lottery. And, well, let's figure out what the next step is. So, Utah's getting 1. Bulls 2 and 3. Now, actually, Portland... That pick's supposed to go to Portland, so I'll probably fix that here in a second. Spurs. I think that pick is actually top 10 protected or something like that, so Spurs actually get to keep that. And then Washington's pick is also protected. I really wish 2K would just freaking have the ability to just make these correct, but unfortunately they don't. I should have paid attention to last year because Philadelphia's not supposed to have Nikola Topic at all, but whatever. So, unfortunately for us, we get bounced in round 1, and now we got to decide what's next. Do we resign Jimmy Butler at his age, or do we... I don't know, man, because that was probably our best chance to win a championship, low-key, and we draw Boston round 1 unlucky enough. So let's go ahead and go fix those draft picks, and then let's figure out what we're doing next. I think I probably have to resign Jimmy, but I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. Of course, no draft pick for us here on draft night. Let's just go straight to player options. So Jimmy Butler declines. We are going to accept our young backup big, of course, and then qualifying offers, Jamal Cain and Alondes Williams are both free agents. Not worried about them. Jimmy Butler, he's asking for $57 million at 35 years old. He has a 3-year deal from the Magic and the Cavaliers. I think I got to re-sign him, so I'm going to do that, and let's see if we're his best offer we are. So I am re-signing Jimmy Butler. I don't think I could have just let him walk for nothing. I think that would have been kind of stupid. So we keep him around. It's not like he was the number 1 option anyway, I guess. It was kind of Tyler Hero. I don't think we'll be doing much this offseason. I think we're just going to basically rely on development. We have a bunch of young players around Jimmy, but I'm not like gonna just sit here and say we may not. We still may make a trade, but I want to see what player progression looks like first. I guess I should see if I can sign one good player in free agency for extra salary just in case. I think I'm gonna sign like McLaughlin because we do need a backup point guard, so I'm gonna sign Mr. McLaughlin, and then we can go to player progression. So let's see what progression's looking like. So Jaime Jaquez is up to an 84, which is why we've kept him around for this long because he develops like crazy. Mystery is up. Wendell Carter's the same. Jovic is up. And Jacoby Walter is up. Cameron Johnson's still an 80 overall, so he does not move at all. Yeah, so not too bad. This team did really good last year in the regular season, but unfortunately it did fall off. Now we can take a look and see if there's like any other player we could trade for. Now, again, we don't have like a bunch of draft picks to trade, so we're very limited on who we could go get. Everybody's at that buying stage right now, so it's not like anybody's going to be available at this point. But I guess Karl-Anthony Towns is interesting, but he's making way too much money. Kyle Kuzma, kind of mentioned him earlier. Giannis, not going to happen. Cleveland, still has on him. Oh, no, they lost him, actually. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, not going to happen. They just beat us last year. All right, so I don't think I'll make a move right now. I'll probably just go into the regular season. And maybe 2K allows me access to 2 other draft picks. We'll see. But yeah, definitely tough here right now. So let's go ahead and see what we're about to look like and see if we can have that magic of the regular season last year carry on to this year, and maybe this time actually not draw like Boston in round 1. That was really unfortunate, but let's get straight to it. So Power Rankings still got another 6 overall. So we're 4.5 pace of space. So they're still very high on us. They actually do want to start Nikola Jovic. So it looks like Nikola Jovic is the starter over Cameron Johnson. Maybe Cameron Johnson was somebody we didn't need to trade for, but hey, his salary still could be used in a trade later on, which we might still do. We have some assets, so I might still look for a trade at the deadline. Probably will, but we'll go ahead and see how the regular season goes first. So we are at the trade deadline, as right now we're 28 and 23, 5 games over 500, but that still only lands us a 7th seed in the East. So I'm not really trying to be a play-in team this year. I'm looking to make that upgrade to power forward spot, and there's a few interesting options here. So let's go ahead and scroll over to the first one. That'll be the Phoenix Suns. Now, unfortunately for us, they suck really badly, but they still aren't willing to trade like Kevin Durant. It would be interesting if I could add Kevin Durant to this team, but they still have him listed as untouchable. I don't even know how much money he has left in his contract. He's making $54 million, so it probably would have been really hard to get to him, but yeah, he would have been a great move, of course. At this point, trying to go win a championship, I think Durant could have helped with that, joining this team. But another interesting option that kind of popped out at me was the Clippers. So Kawhi Leonard listed at power forward. You do worry about the knee, of course, but you know that's definitely an option. What is he doing at this point? $50 million is still a lot of money to get to. Averaging 17 points per game. Probably not the right way to go. My favorite target by far here at the deadline, and this team was going to try to build around him, but if at this point they're still not, still not working, then I think he could be available. So that is the Jazz. They drafted Cooper Flagg, so they probably are going to be prioritizing him going forward. If you look at who's coming off the bench right now, Lauri Markkanen is coming off the bench for them. I mean, I think Lauri Markkanen is the perfect scenario here to try to get him at the deadline. I think he'd be perfect. He's the best overall we could possibly get. He doesn't make a ton of money, so we could easily get to his salary. 40% from 3. Yeah, I don't think there's a... I mean, I thought Cameron Johnson was a match made in heaven, but this is even better. So I'm going to try to see if I get Lauri Markkanen here. So I'm going to include Cameron Johnson's salary to do it. And then we have to probably include one of our young players, whether that's Mystery or Jacoby Walter. They're probably going to be in this trade. So maybe we have to throw Wendell Carter in here as well, but we'll see if we can get away with not throwing him in. So let's start the trade with Mystery, and then let's see. Do you have a salary? No, they don't. So they have Sensabaugh. They have, yeah, none of these guys can go into the, well, that's, I guess he can. I didn't realize he could, but this would still be too expensive. Okay. We're probably gonna have to throw, I don't want to throw Jovic in here. Can I throw Richardson in here? And then do you have another cheap salary you could throw at Royce O'Neal? Okay, so we could do this. Cameron Johnson, Mystery, Josh Richardson, Lauri Markkanen, and then Noah and Royce O'Neal coming back to me. And I have access to 2 first-round picks. I think we definitely throw them at them. So let's see if they would accept this. So all of this for Markkanen, 4-year deal, locked up for the next 4 years. So him and Bam, Tyler Hero would probably be our core with Jimmy Butler as well. This would be the type of way of going all in. Now, it does suck to give up as many draft picks as I have throughout this video. But hey, if you're going to try to go win a championship, it pays or it costs to try. And they say no first. So Mystery is not going to be able to be enough. I will throw Jacoby Walter in here. It's going to suck to do, but I think he'd be the better player to throw in here, and I think they'll accept this now. So they don't agree still. Wow, I thought they'd say yes to that. Okay, maybe I do have to throw Wendell Carter in here. Unfortunately, I didn't really want to, but if I have to, I will. So Jacoby Walter, Wendell Carter probably gets it done. So let's say, can we remove one of the firsts and maybe do one first? They say no still. I'll throw the other first in here. Hopefully they say yes to this. They still don't agree. Wow. It's because this freaking Noah guy, I'm sure. Can I remove Josh Richardson, Royce O'Neal? Okay, so maybe we just get Royce O'Neal. And then I will throw you. I can't throw anything else in here. So maybe Noah's not in the trade anymore. They agree. Okay, so I think it was because of that Noah guy. So we do go ahead and make the trade for Lauri Markkanen. We get the guy we want at the deadline. He's easily going to play power forward for us. Secondary position can be small forward. Why not? But yeah, I absolutely love that addition. So just like that, Rozier, Hero, Butler, Markkanen, Bam Adebayo, Jaime Jaquez, Jacoby Walter, Jovic, and Mystery. So Mystery is going to step up in that rotation as the backup 5. Would have been beautiful to keep Jacoby Walter. Maybe I could have tried again, but it would have been really hard without using Carter's salary. So yeah, that's it right here. So hopefully this, prolongs us to being better. We'll see what happens. Hoping for Markkanen to come in and make some magic happen for us. So a beautiful end of this season as we do get out of the play and actually won Coach of the Year. I don't think we got the first seed in the East, so the fact that we won Coach of the Year and Executive is pretty interesting. I'll say that. Pretty sure we weren't even the second seed, were we? Yeah, we're the third seed. We got Coach of the Year, which is interesting. But take a look at the player stats. So nobody's averaging 20 points per game. It is a collective effort here. As you can tell, we have so many guys who can score the ball. So hopefully that results in a balanced attack, and we can absolutely take down teams pretty easily. So Atlanta in round 1. Now, this team did just get the first seed in the East last year, so I'm a little nervous. They got Rob Dillingham, which is interesting. But regardless, somebody come around against Atlanta. They get game 1, and they're up 3-1 on us. That's beautiful. Okay. Can we come down from 3-1 to maybe... Why is Atlanta so good in 2K, bro? It makes no sense at all. And we are going to get blown out. So far, every playoff series has been terrible. 117-91. This time we get bounced in round 1 again. So, regular season has been fantastic each time, but once we get to playoffs, we fold like a paper. Like, it's just been terrible. So bounce around 1 2 years in a row. Really unfortunate. Brook Lopez retiring a Laker. I remember him when he played with the Lakers for like 1 season. That was pretty interesting. All right, lottery night again is not gonna matter for us because of course we got bounced pretty quickly. Staff signing. I mean, I'm not firing Eric Spoelstra, but I guess if like the team disappointed 2 years around round 1, maybe you could justify it, but I can't do it. Let's go straight to player options. And honestly, I'm probably not doing too much this offseason. I'm pretty set with what we got going on. We're probably just going to be running it back low-key. But let's see what we got to do in free agency. So Rozier's a free agent. We'll resign him. We'll resign Jovic. We'll resign we'll resign our restricted free agent as well as Mystery because we need him back for sure. We resign those guys. Team's about to be expensive. Backup center, it'll be Mystery once he signs qualifying offer or whatever. But right now, it's not allowing me the ability to just resign him. So, yeah, running it back, basically the same team. So, hopefully we can get out of round 1 in this video today. Like, if we can't get out of round 1, it'll be really annoying. But, Mystery is up. Player progression, Jimmy Butler's down as expected. Hawkins is up to an 85. Markin is 87. McLaughlin's down. Rozier is down. So, like, there's some part of this team is progressing. Other part is regressing. But, yeah, we're going to run it back again, and hopefully this time better results happen. I'm probably going to make this the last season because Jimmy Butler is not getting any younger, and I don't know, man. It's not working so far. So, 4.5 proficiency, so it's like as good as you could possibly want. Is balance 4.5 as well? It's not. So, I'm going to leave it at pace and space. We're going to run it again. 9-minute rotation. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully this year goes a lot better. Just find out and see if we can get out of round 1 this year. Or even make the playoffs first. That's the first step. So here we go. Final season. At this point, like I said, I'm just hoping to get out of round 1. We end up as a 13 in the East again. We get Brooklyn in round 1. As long as they didn't sign like Luka Doncic, we should be good, I imagine. So let's see what they got. They got Richardson. Mitchell is in Brooklyn. Okay. Keegan Murray, Mark Williams, Cameron Thomas. They have a decent team. So it's not like this will be an easy matchup by any means. Do we need to run it in 8-man rotation? I don't know. Just let me out of round 1. That's all I'm asking for today, 2K. Somebody come around against Brooklyn. Dude, what on earth? I can't get out of round 1 today. I just can't, I guess. We're down 3-1. That's actually insane. I, for the life of me, cannot get out of round 1 with the Miami Heat. So, that's fantastic. Love to see it. All right, so let's see if we can come down from 3-1 and maybe win this series. So, for whatever reason, this team just sucks. Like, we're just getting obliterated every single time we make it this far. And can we get back in this game? We cannot. I'm out of here, bro. Like, literally 3 times in a row, we just get bounced in round 1 like that. That's actually crazy. Man. I don't know. Do I fire Eric Spoelstra? Do I move on from Spoelstra? I just can't. Like, I don't want to end it on not getting out round 1 at least once today. That sucks so badly. Like, that's terrible, but, like, bro, like, what is a man... We lost to the team that went on to go win the championship, I guess. Whatever. Bro, I'll give it one more chance. This was going to be the final season, but I hate the fact that I have not gotten on round 1 today. All right, Spoelstra, as much as I loved you, bro, like, I don't know. Are you the problem? I can't sit here and say you confidently are, but whatever. I'll move on from Spoelstra. I don't know if that's going to be the... that's going to resolve anything, but James Marengo... Permanent defensive coach, just get those guys. So we're gonna get our permanent defensive coach, and then we can just get a head coach wherever. So, all right, so we're gonna get Watson. Let's go straight to player options because draft picks don't matter for us, of course, because we've just mortgaged our future. And Jacoby Walters back, qualifying offers, Mystery, and Jaime Jaquez are all free agents. Is Jimmy Butler still under contract for 1 more year? Yeah, he is. So Jimmy Butler still got one more year. So I guess it does make sense to go one more season here. All right. So Hero's a free agent. Mystery is a free agent. Let's just go ahead and resign all of them. I'm running it back. I don't know how we're going to be able to afford all this eventually, but right now we got it going. So would not be surprised if okay, so we're able to sign all of them. Never mind. Are we missing someone? I feel like we're missing somebody. Let's see. No, we pretty much have a full 9-man rotation, so I guess I'm okay with that. So, all right. Running it back. This time, final chance no matter what happens. One more time. New head coach. Don't know if that's going to mean anything. I'm assuming Jimmy's going to go down even more. He's down to an 88, but we have a full rotation. I mean, the overalls to me are good enough to at least make it to the third or second round. Like, I don't know how that hasn't happened yet, but we'll give it one final try here. So this year we went 61-21. So it looks like we actually secured the first in the East for the first time in this video. I guess we got it the very... Well, I didn't know we haven't gotten it. We've gotten close, but never had it. So final chance here. I'm going to pull out all the stops. We're going A-man rotation right out of the gate. Mike Brown's the head coach at this point. A-man rotation. Let's give it our best shot. I'm hoping and praying that we get our round 1 today. So here goes nothing against Cleveland. It's my current round, and oh my goodness, we did it. We got out of round 1 today for the first time. Amazing. We get Detroit in round 2. I have Collier, Cade, Asar, Nasri, James Wiseman, Porter, Johnny Davis. Do we get to the Eastern Conference Finals? And we do. Wow. It's a freaking miracle. We're in the conference finals. Now we get to play the Brooklyn Nets, who beat us badly last year. Game 1, 1-0. They're going to beat us again, aren't they? We even it up. Game 3, 2-1. All right, let's see if we can even it up for a game 4 and, have a game 5 in Miami. That would be huge for us. Let's see. They have the lead right now. It looks like Brooklyn is going to, so I guess trading for Donovan Mitchell or not trading for Donovan Mitchell is going to be my downfall in this video. Is that what we're, is that what we're saying here? I guess that's karma, I guess. I don't know. Like, that's probably what's working out to be. So, you know what? I made it to the conference finals. I'll take that as a win. Spurs have Wembanyama and Luka, don't they? Yeah, so we weren't winning a championship anyway, so it doesn't matter. I guess the Nets beat them, whatever. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Somehow the Nets became a super team with Donovan Mitchell. They were impossible to beat. But hey, I'm going to end on that note. At least we made it to the conference finals to end it off. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.